to travel back to Europe, and we're going to hear more about the Greek startup ecosystem from Michael Ristas, who is the Executive Director for Elevate Greece. While we're promoting Michael, I'll let you know more about this very interesting ecosystem. So Greece in this year's ranking is ranked 4th in the Balkans and 28th in Europe, 22nd in the EU as well. It has 2 ranked cities, which is Athens and Thessaloniki. Some interesting industries of this country are fintech, hardware and IoT, marketing and sales, and also social and leisure. Hi, Michael, how are you? You're on mute, I think.
Okay, sorry. Hello, Catherine. Thank you very much for being here. I'm very excited to present the Greek startup ecosystem to the world. So please let me start my quick, I hope, presentation. I am the CEO of Elevate Greece, which is the national startup point, as we say here in Greece. Greece is located at the crossroads of East and West, at the southeast part of Europe, a country populated with 10.6 million inhabitants. It's a country that was quite popular in the wrong way in the decade from 2010 to 2020, because we had some financial distress problems. But over the past 3 years, the situation has completely changed. The country is performing really well in all financial aspects, and we're proud to say that we are a very promising country in terms of investments. Actually, the foreign direct investments increase from big tech companies have increased dramatically, including Google, Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, and many, many other big tech companies. So Greece is not only famous in Scoreboard 2022. Greece is performing very well in terms of in 2022 in terms of technology improvement and innovation. And Greece ranks first as a country that introduces innovation, which is also very important. But let's take a look at the map of the Greek governmental structure that supports research and innovation. We have 2 ministries, the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Development and Investments. We are under the Ministry of Development and Investments. We cooperate with the General Secretariat for Research and Innovation, with the Hellenic Development Bank, providing, for instance, bank guarantees for innovation loans, and the Hellenic Development Bank of Investments, which is the sovereign fund of funds, which yields the venture capital funds of Greece. And we also cooperate very closely to introduce the new law with regard to technology transfer offices. We supported them, and also we gave a good incentive for spin-off companies formation, because we aim to the deep tech technologies mostly. As far as our mission, we are a state agency. We started as an initiative back in 2020. Maybe it was the pandemic that made us to with a platform, elevategreece.gov.gr, in order to map the ecosystem and to see what is the current situation. And through this gateway, we ask the candidates to apply and to check through an application procedure, which is clear and straightforward, if these companies can be accredited by our ministry as promising startups. This is our mission. And following this pilot phase, in January 2023, we started to operate as a Société Anonyme, as a state-owned company. And we provide mapping, we provide a very good analysis, statistical analysis of the sectors, employment opportunities, and of course, the collaboration with different industry sectors of Greece. And we put these startups in the spotlight. And we have since there is not an internationally accepted definition for startups, a local Greek definition, let's say, in terms of the legal form, they must be incorporated in Greece with a Greek VAT to operate up to 8 years old, 8 years. to employ less than 250 full-time equivalents and an annual turnover less than 50 million euros. So they apply in our platform, and what our evaluators check is the innovative and the scalable. These are the two basic criteria that should be met. So the number of our startup ecosystem so far is 750. The success rate is 50%. 1 out of 2 becomes a member of this registry. We map them across 26 industries and 19 technologies and many other parameters that we would like to trace down in order to be able to help them. So we have 750 startups, as I mentioned earlier, and the technology, the region, employees, funding, and the link to their website, where you can find many details about what these companies are doing, what is the problem that they are solving, the team, and the funding that they have received so far. So it's a quite comprehensive database. As far as their distribution in the country, you see that most of them are located in Athens. And the second pole of center of attraction, let's say, for startups is Thessaloniki, and this is also pointed out in the report of Startup League. And we have many statistics like the year of incorporation, the number of founders, the gender, technologies, and the startups by sector. And if we take a look at this statistic, you see that life sciences is #1 in terms of number, environment and energy, advertising and marketing, and so on. So we have a great number of information with regard to also the business models that they use, the revenue models. And coming to the Startup Link latest report, we see that Greece is climbing, and also Athens and Thessaloniki climbed 15 spots, I see here, which is also very important. You see that the number of investments and the deal flow keeps on increasing. But what we did about that, how we help this startup ecosystem, we provided with favorable tax incentives for stock options to the founders and the workers. We also issued 2 calls for working capital injections in order to help these startups of our registry during this COVID crisis. And we also started to finance a special investment scheme for co-investment fund. Together with 10 VC funds, we provided a lot of financing to this startup ecosystem. On top of that, we had favorable tax incentives for angel investors. And last but not least, we helped them with global network, global promotion event. So we see that the series, the funding sources here of our startup ecosystems, 50% are bootstrapped, so they do need more money in the early stages, especially from angel investors. And this is an area that we are trying to improve our performance and increase the number of angel investors. There are quite a lot of venture capital funds right now here in Greece, which is not the case that used to be 10 years ago. And this 5 years that helped Greece to become a very attractive country in terms of innovation. You see that we had 19 exits over the past 2 years, unicorns, and a number of unicorns coming up. This is also an important step. We also cooperate with the private sector. We have business partners and institutional partners who help us to help the ecosystem grow and become more robust and efficient. We have the National Startup Awards, which is a big ceremony that we have every year. That was the 2nd year. And through our platform, we have mapped the whole innovation ecosystem around the startups of Greece. And all these ecosystem actors are very important to who is the integrator, the facilitator of this whole innovation ecosystem. This is our role, and this is what we're trying to do. And cooperating very closely also with Startup Link, we believe that in the years to come, we will see that Greece will improve its not only its rankings, but its real performance in terms of innovation and technology. Thank you very much. And these are my contact details if you'd like to reach me.
Thank you, Mikael. It's great to hear more about the Greek startup ecosystem. I think at the beginning, Ellie also mentioned that we've been really seeing a lot of improvements this year and also in the past few years. And I'm sure with the work you're doing and the wonderful startup founders that you have, we will see more improvements in the future years. Okay, thank you again and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So.